All right, this is number 4. Which statement is true about the polynomial function f of x, x to the 4 plus 5x to the third minus x squared minus 5x? Select the one that's correct. Select each correct answer. So if we look at the first one, the question is asking f of x is equal to 0 when x is equal to negative 5. So if we substitute negative 5 into this polynomial function, does our function actually equal to 0? All right. In other words, is x plus 5 have a remainder or have a remainder of 0? And so it's really saying the same thing as the second choice. So 1 and 2 are pretty much the same, are saying the same thing. So, and the reason is because what we always do is we look at this term here, take the opposite, substitute it in to the function to see if it has a remainder of 0. So let's look and see. And as we substitute negative 5 in for x into this polynomial function, we end up with 625 minus 625. Negative 25 plus 25, and all that together gives me 0. So again, when we substitute negative 5, when x is negative 5, our function ends up equaling to 0. Remember the second, so this is true. And remember the second statement means the same. F of x divided by this term has a remainder of 0. So when we substitute negative 5, that opposite, into our function, we find the remainder. This actually is the remainder. And then, yes, indeed, the remainder is 0. Okay, so this one is true as well. So if I substitute 5 in, just the number 5, you'll find that the signs will be a little different. This will still be 625 if you substitute positive 5. This one, however, will be positive 625. This will be positive 25, and this also will be this will be negative 25 and negative 25. So basically, it will not equal 0 is essentially what I'm saying. When we substitute 5, you won't get 0. And then this is really saying the same thing. X minus 5 is a factor of f of x. In other words, you take the opposite, which is 5, and you substitute in for x. It becomes a factor if f of x is equal to 0. So really, C and D mean the same thing. But since they won't equal to 0, negative 5 actually equals 0, not 5. So therefore, we won't check these as the correct. So the answer here is only A and only B, not C and D.